What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American Politics, back in with a new video, and today it is time that we do a post-mortem of Runoff Tuesday. And folks, this, in my opinion, was overall a good night for America First. A lot of rhinos went down, and really we only had maybe one, maybe two losses last night, but overall it was a big W for the America First movement. No more rhinos. A lot of rhinos got obliterated yesterday. And folks, I hope everybody enjoyed the election night stream. It was a quick stream last night. Just not much happened after all the races got called, so yeah. But before I forget, of course, folks, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash that like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit the little bell, and yes, of course, go follow that mysterious Twitter account in the description down below. And yeah, and of course, folks, I'm trying a new sub goal. Let's try to hit 10,000 subscribers before August 1st. I think we're like 700 away. I think we can do that. So, folks, 10,000 subs before August 1st, and I don't know what happens. Alright, folks, let's get into the post-mortem. And I consider this election night kind of a rhino purge. That's the best way to describe it, because a lot of frauds, a lot of rhinos lost. Not just one or two, countless rhinos lost. So Georgia, we had 3 House races that were intriguing, and one of them I did not have, a favorite in this race. That's, of course, House District 2. Of course, this is a Biden plus 10 half seat. I think it's a black majority district, but it's one of those seats that, in my opinion, I really didn't care who won, but I do think that Jeremy Hunt was the better candidate for this district. He sadly lost by under 800 votes against Chris West. Now, the thing with this district is I highly doubt that, Bishop was going to lose the general election. Now, I just don't see Chris West winning. I mean, Jeremy Hunt, I don't think would have won either, but I think he would have done a little bit better. So this is kind of I wouldn't say an L, just kind of a disappointment that, we could have got a candidate like Hunt who could have maybe won this seat. But as of now, this seat is staying Republican or Democrat. I hope that Chris West does win this seat. I mean, he seems okay, just, Hunt just appeared to be a little bit better. But for now, District 2, it appears you're going to have a Democrat for the foreseeable future. Now we're getting into the juicy stuff. The races that we had a lot of entertainment with. First, District 6. Oh boy, do I love this. The Trump-endorsed Jake Evans got the snot kicked out of him. And that may sound bad on paper. Another one of Trump's endorsement fails. That's already NBC right now. They're saying that as a good thing for, the Democrats. No, it isn't. The morons that voted for Rich McCormick that were a Democrat failed to realize McCormick fundamentally on the issues was way more conservative than Jake Evans in a fairly Republican seat. Rich McCormick on all the issues is very good. He's a true America First candidate. And well, if Jake Evans would have won this race, he was a social liberal. So good job to the Democrats that really wanted to spite the orange man and helped elect McCormick. Though the biggest reason McCormick did win was he ran a good campaign, Jake Evans has sucked, and a lot of the other people, they just don't trust Jake Evans. So McCormick won this race because of a good campaign. Again, he's good on the issue. So just because Trump endorsed him doesn't mean anything. It just means, hey, there's a 50-50 shot he's either really good or really bad. Evans was terrible, but not as bad as the clown in District 10, Vernon Jones. Can I just say his political career is dead? I mean, you couldn't even get 26% of the vote. You're kidding me, right? Mike Collins stomped Vernon Jones. And again, a lot of people are celebrating this as a defeat for Trump. Well, I hope everybody realizes Mike Collins on stuff like immigration is a Chad. He wants an immigration moratorium. that is based. And again, some issues on economics he's a boomer on, but on cultural issues and immigration, he is farther to the right and more based than Vernon Jones. I mean, Vernon Jones sucked. He was awful on the issues. He was never conservative. I'm so glad that Trump's endorsements once again fail in Georgia. And I think personally, if Trump wants to get rid of somebody, send them to Georgia, endorse them, and see what happens, because that appears to be his kryptonite. So, again, 2 out of the 2 races that were really, important, the base candidate won. As for District 2, sucks that Hunt didn't win, but, it is what it is. It was highly doubtful. So, for Georgia, I think we went 2 for 2 on the elections because, 2 races really were important. The other one, not so much. Now, Alabama. I feel terrible for Mo Brooks, yet not at the same time. I mean, he refused to campaign, and he lost Trump's endorsement. That's why he lost Trump's endorsement, not because he said something at a rally. What he didn't do was campaign. And he talked about socialism for nearly 90% of his campaign. Britt, on the other hand, I have questions about her. Campaigned her ass off. She won this victory, and Mo Brooks lost it. And again, Katie Britt is an unknown factor with, her stances. Again, on immigration, she appears to be an immigration hawk. We just got to see how she does. And I hope that she turns into a Tuberville and stuns everybody with how base of voting record she has. Will that happen? Who knows? I think she will have a good voting record on some issues, like immigration. I think that's genuine. But on foreign affairs, we just gotta see. But for now, Mo Brooks, just F in the chat. My question is this. How does he lose his own district, but win one of the most establishment parts of the state? Again, I think these voters that, are voting in primaries, they're just doing it to spite the orange man. I think that's what's happening in a lot of these places. I mean, Shelby County, that's one of the most establishment parts of Alabama. So yeah, Mo Brooks randomly won here, but Katie Britt got 63% of the vote. So I'm not considering this an L, neither as a W. I think we went 0 for 0 here. We just got to see what happens. We're going to see 2 years from now if Katie Britt is better than Shelby. If she's significantly better than Shelby, then absolutely. We just got to see what happens, though. But for now, I think we're currently 2-2 right now, if you include Georgia and Alabama. Because Alabama, I don't think this is a loss. Neither is it a win. Kind of just, it is what it is. Now, Virginia. We did have an L here, all right? I looked more into this Jen Kiggins, all right, in District 2, who, by the way, whoever was going to win this race, they're going to win this race by probably a likely margin. And it appears that Kiggins won by a lot. And she is not good. I mean, the ACU, which inflates candidates, bad people, has her at 75%. And some bad stuff about her past came out, and she appears to be, a cultural liberal on some issues. Now, I consider this a big L. That Kiggins, got 55.5% of the vote. This is the first L because this is a free flip, and we may get stuck with a possible social liberal. Just, not good. Not good. But there is a however to this. Jerome Bell, who again I said that, the optics about him is questionable. I mean, he wants death squads for crying out loud for certain things. But either way, Jerome Bell did significantly better in 2022 than he did in 2020. I wouldn't call that a W, just more so a positive development. Now, if Bell would have got like 35-40% with his stances, that would have been a huge W. Again, the guy is great on immigration, just some of the other things, I don't know. So currently we're 0 for 1 in Virginia again. If Jerome Bell would have won this would have been 2 for 2 in Virginia. Sadly, it's currently 0 for 1. Hopefully we get somebody base in here, and hopefully she's not as bad as people say she is, but I have questions. Now, District 7, I consider this a W. We get Vega, who has won the primary, mostly because of Prince William County. She, in my opinion, is good enough on, or I should say, she is good on the issues. And considering the other candidates, was way better. I mean, Bryce Reeves, that's a trouble waiting. Derek Anderson has, people like Dan Crenshaw surrounding him. So yeah, this, in my opinion, was a W because Vega, who was, in my opinion, the most, I guess you could say the most base candidate in this race. I don't think she's going to be like a nationalist, like base populist or anything like that. I think she's going to be a good voting representative. I just think that out of these options that had a serious shot of winning, she had the best platform. In my opinion, that's a W. Of course, this is Spanberger's district. Biden plus 6.5. She's dead on arrival. Vega is a very strong candidate. So in my opinion, it is a big W for Republicans in Virginia. So my opinion overall, we went 1 for 2 in Virginia, which, hey, I'll take it. But we do have one final state that I really didn't pay attention to on election night. Arkansas. Some big developments happened here. It appears, all right, we had some incumbents who I looked at their voting records, appear to be rhinos, got knocked out. Appears 3 of them have. Though one of them I don't consider a rhino, just he lost. We had 3 incumbents lose. We had Sturch in State Senate District 22, who with 41% of the vote, the guy had an ACU score of 71. That's not good, especially at the state legislator level. When you get to that point, and I even looked at it, they inflated his score. It looks like the only L it appears in Arkansas, or I wouldn't call it L, not really a W either, is Bellner loses to King. The thing is, it appears the guy that lost in District 28 was a solid candidate. It appears he was good on the issues. He just lost. But the guy who beat him used to be a state senator, and well, he also had a nearly identical voting record. So overall, this is kind of a wash. Now, District 2, it appears we did get an upgrade. The guy had a voting record of a 77% from ACU Davis, which again, for state legislators, if you're below 80, that's a big sign you're not good at all. So it does appear Republicans in Arkansas did take out a couple of rhinos. Were they, the worst of the worst? Probably not. But it does show, even at the state legislator level, even at the local level, people are fed up with incumbents, fed up with rhinos. And it appears we got 2 out of them, 2 taken out in Arkansas. So it appears we went 2 for 2 in Arkansas. So when you tally it all up, it appears last night, we went 5 for 6 in elections that really mattered in Runoff Tuesday. I'll take it. 5 for 6. Considering these are southern states, which this cycle they have not been, outside of Mississippi, they have not been that kind to us. I'll take it. I mean, Georgia, we got rid of some bad rhinos. Their careers are dead. Virginia, we got some decent candidates. Arkansas, or I should say, Alabama, that's questionable. But hopefully that turns into a W in a couple of years. But anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button down below. Subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, and yes, of course, follow that mysterious Twitter account in the description down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.